Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about my favorites from the month of August. I honestly thought I was going to be uploading like crazy this week, but let me tell you, it's been an adjustment for both Landon and I. If you guys are like, what are you talking about? My son started kindergarten last week, and in my mind I was like, oh, he's going to be at school all day. I'm going to be pumping out videos left and right. But having all that free time was something so new to me. It was weird. Don't get me wrong, it was nice, but we're like attached to the hips, so it was just different, and I think it just took me a little bit to get used to too. But now that it's all out of my system, we're going to be getting back to regular programming. So right here in this box I have all of my favorites, so let's go ahead and jump right on into it. First up actually is one that I'm wearing, and it's this shirt right here. This is by the brand Stranded, but it's sold at Target, and it just says kale on it. Nice boob shot for you. These actually run larger, but I like it. Like, it's a very flowy, comfortable. It's one of those tops that already feels like it's been lived in. It's just super soft. I like don't want to wash it only because I'm like afraid it's going to change somehow. Hopefully, if anything, it'll just get softer, but I loved this one. They also had it in, it said like NYC or NYU, one or the other, but I like the color of this more. I don't know. I love these kind of like forest army greens for fall, so this is definitely a favorite. Next up is a skincare favorite. This is really the only skincare favorite in there, so we're just going to go ahead and knock it out of the park right away. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, then you would have already seen me mention this. I kind of did like a quick glimpse of some of my skincare. Also, my nails, I know Landon and I just finished one of his homework assignments. I have like blue marker all over my fingers, and yeah, I need to paint my nails, so just don't mind it. But this is from the brand Tatcha. It's the, I'm not sure if it's Tatcha or Tatcha or Tasha. No, that wouldn't make sense. It's either Tatcha or Tatcha, I'm guessing. I've heard it pronounced both ways at Sephora though, so I'm not really sure. It's a Japanese skincare line, and I'm so in love with it. If you guys are thinking like, hey, I feel like I've heard you mention this before, it's because you have. I was raving about the rice powder enzyme exfoliating powder. I love that stuff. It's so mild, but I notice a big difference on my face. It just makes my skin so smooth. I absolutely adore it. They were generous enough to send me a package just full of different skincare, and this was one of the products that stood out to me right away. This is the Radiant Deep Brightening Serum. I personally love any kind of essences, serum, toner, anything like that. I don't know, that's one of my favorite steps when it comes to my skincare regimen. It definitely is more of like a really runny, milky consistency, which I love because I feel like you just feel it absorb right away. But it's not one of those serums that absorbs so quickly where it's like, did I even just put anything on my face? It leaves a slight, like, illuminated effect on your skin. I absolutely adore it. This one I think had a slight herbally smell. Yeah, it's just, it's not like a gross ginseng scent or anything like that. It's more of like fresh but herbal at the same time. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I absolutely love it. You can find this brand either online at Tatcha.com or on Sephora's website and in store. Okay, I actually want to mention this because I kind of have a slight dupe. Well, it is the dupe. But the only thing is, it's not like spot on, but it's pretty darn similar. This guy here I've mentioned in so many different favorites. This is from the Balm. It's the Betty Luminizer. If you guys are familiar with this, there's the Betty Luminizer, the Mary Luminizer, and then the Cindy Luminizer. I feel like you mainly hear about the Mary Luminizer, which is the highlighter, and then the Betty Luminizer. This is like a super pigmented, shimmery bronzer. Definitely not something to contour with, something more to get that summer glow. Mine is actually broken, so it's kind of hard to show you guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them side by side and do a close-up so you can see. This one is definitely less of a coppery gold than the dupe that I'm about to show you, but if you're not wanting to spend, I want to say this is anywhere from like the $19 to $24 range. Although I did see at Kohl's now, they're doing this, like, I don't know if it's exclusive at Kohl's. It's like a trio of all three of those products that I mentioned in one palette. I don't know if they're full size or mini though. I just happened to see it on a blog online. But if you guys have been wanting to get your hands on this, but you're just not wanting to spend that money, this right here is a pretty darn close dupe. I want to say formula-wise, they are both incredibly richly pigmented, but this is the one that has more of a copper bronze rather than like the golden bronzy bronze. You'll see in this swatch, but this is from Makeup Revolution, and this is the Vivid Baked Bronzer in the shade Rock On World. I'll go ahead and link the video down below where I did swatches and a haul of the Makeup Revolution products that I picked up at Ulta. That's where you can find this brand. As you can see though, rather than being one solid color, it's kind of like a baked, marbleized, or veined product. This, I believe, is either $5.99 or $6 at Ulta, whereas, you know, the Balm, which I would still not completely 100% sure on the price range. This is definitely significantly cheaper, and I feel like they both look amazing on my skin. One other cheek product that I have is one from MAC. I'm not this came out in a collection a while ago, but like I said in so many other videos, I'm not that familiar with MAC and what's like limited edition, what's new releases, what's re-promoted or anything like that. But I will check online and see if I can find anything similar to this. But I've been obsessed with this, I guess it's a mineralized skin finish. I was gonna say blush because that's what I use it for. As you can see here, you have two colors. One kind of reminds me a bit of Warm Soul, or maybe the one on the inside reminds me of Warm Soul. I should have pulled both out. But there's two different shades in here, but what I like to do with this blush is first lay down this blush from Sephora. I've talked about this so many times as well. This is one of their cream blushes in Coral Rose, and these went on sale recently because they did something to change up the packaging, so I saw a ton of these at the Sephora inside JCPenney marked down to like $5 or $6. So if you guys have one of those locations around, definitely check it out. I think online for the most part though, they sold out because I was actually on there myself looking. But I will use this cream blush, and then on top of it, did I say brush? Cream blush, and then on top of it, I'll layer a bit of this. And that is what I have on my cheeks right now. It gives the prettiest, like luminous pink radiant glow. Oh no, I just squished that cream blush all over. Story of my life. But whatever it is about this combination, it's absolutely magical. But even if you guys can't get your hands on this, I still highly recommend this cream blush. I absolutely love it on its own or for layering. Next up, the foundation that I've been wearing for the last 2 weeks, like religiously. I typically change up my foundation almost like every day or every other day, or days that where I'm wearing makeup, just since I have so much, I like to rotate it. But since picking up this foundation, I have not been able to stop using it. I have the shade 125. I guess that was the shade in the previous just Makeup Forever HD. Now it's Y315, and then I have whatever was equivalent to 128 in just the HD and not the Ultra HD. I love this formula so much. Whether you have like normal, combination, or dry skin, I feel like it would work amazing. I say that because I feel like my cheeks are dry, but then I feel like my T-zone is kind of like a normal combination. If you have oily skin, I'm not sure how it's gonna work out for you. Although I feel like I saw Nicole Guerrero, and I'm pretty sure she's always saying how she's oily. She used this foundation and she raved about it as well. I love the formula. It's so lightweight, but you can build up the coverage even with just one layer. It's more of like a medium coverage, but if you were to go on and do a second layer on top, you can definitely get full coverage without looking flat and matte, which is what I always look for in a foundation. Having drier cheeks, and even if I didn't have drier cheeks, I don't know, I do not like the look of a completely flat and matte face. I like to still have some kind of like radiance peeking through. So this I love. It's definitely a foundation that I prefer to set though. I wore it once without setting it, and I felt like it made me look greasy, which I feel like sometimes it's hard to do. Like I said, with my cheeks being dry, I feel like it lasts all day. The formula is so comfortable to wear. It honestly feels weightless on my face, and I love the coverage. So if you guys haven't checked this out already, I would definitely go by Sephora and just ask for a sample first. I know it's a pricier foundation, but I absolutely love it. I'm super, super impressed with this one. I actually have two e.l.f. products here that I wanted to quickly mention. First up is the e.l.f. eye brightener. I do not know if someone recommended this to me. A couple months ago, I placed like a super random e.l.f. order and just was grabbing tons of different things because there was a 50% off coupon code. I want to say this was like $3, so it ended up being $1.50. It's in the shade Buff. I honestly do, these two janky nails are driving me insane. I do not remember if there were multiple shades because like I said, I ordered it a while ago. Before this, I was using and raving about constantly the NYX HD, the pressed version of the banana powder, which I do still love. But then I saw this in my collection and I pulled it out. I've been trying to get in the habit of, like I mentioned before, kind of like going through and giving everybody their like fair share of attention. I grabbed this and I was like, why have I not used this before? I love this. I either apply it with a dry beauty blender, or I'll just go in with my finger and tap it in first, let it sit for a second, and then just go in with a beauty blender afterwards. I love this stuff. I feel like it does a great job with setting my concealer, keeping the fine lines away, and, well, not away, but you know, like it keeps my concealer from like creasing to where like the fine lines pop out at ya. But it just brightens it and just keeps it nice and smooth looking. So I highly recommend it. It's definitely an affordable product. The other e.l.f. product that I've been loving, this is, shoot, the actual, what are these? Oh no, it is, it's right here. This is the Smudge Pot in this shade Cruisin' Chic. It's just a really nice kind of, what did I say, taupe? Yeah, It's definitely a taupe, but I feel like there's a bit of like a rose gold type of color in there. I've been using this on its own or as an eyeshadow base. I'm so like amazed by the formula of these. When you put them on, I definitely say they're like a lot more slick than the Maybelline Color Tattoos, or maybe they feel like what the Maybelline Color Tattoos feel like when you first open them. I still like those color tattoos, but I feel like they dry out so easily to where it's like really hard to get your finger in there and smudge it around. These stay wet, but then once they're on your eyes and you give them like 30-45 seconds to set, they're on your eyes all day. Like, it's not something that smudges throughout the day. I use it more as a base for eyeshadows, but I definitely have worn it several times just on its own, and it lasts like several hours. I was really impressed without creasing. How many times am I going to say impressed? That's like the word of the day. Okay. Whatever, moving on. Let's do this. I have one eyeshadow that I wanted to mention. This is what's on my inner corners. I'm all about that inner corner highlight life. I know some people are like, no, it's gross, it's tacky, I'm over it. Why do you always have something bright in your inner corners? I just like the look of it. I feel like too, having like hooded eyes and smaller eyes, I really feel like it just like makes them pop open, and I like the look of it. This is from Makeup Geek. It's one of their foiled eyeshadows in the shade Whimsical. Love this color. It's like a super frosty, like white with like a pink type of duochrome in it. Maybe not duochrome, like a sheen, I don't know. But I love this one. Also, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I did a look recently where I was wearing actually the same color lip and these humongo lashes, and I had this like bright inner corner, but it was more of a purple. That was Makeup Geek's Daydreamer, another foil shadow that was more of like a true lavender. Oh, I don't know what it is. I love the look of that. This is definitely a cooler toned eyeshadow for me, but in the inner corner, I just feel like it looks amazing and gives that fun like pop of brightness. And the lip liner that I'm wearing is one of the Jordana Easy lip liners in the brand, or I'm sorry, in the color Cabernet. So I'm wearing that, and then on top of it, I'm wearing the NYX High Voltage lipstick in Dirty Talk. This color I'm obsessed with. It's definitely a darker like brown color. It might not be that appealing to other people like for a lipstick, but I love it. I'm not even gonna lie, the first time I put this on, Keegan was like, that just looks like you smudged a turd all over your lips. And I was like, I don't care, because I like it. So if that's what people want to think, then they can think that. But the only thing is with these lipsticks, they are so creamy, and definitely more of like a slick formula lipstick to where you have to wear a lip liner with these. If you do not wear a lip liner, like it slowly starts to like seep out like any little lip lines, or if you have any pores around your lips, like it's gonna sink right into those. It transfers easily. It wears, like, because it's so saturated with pigments and colors, it definitely wears a while, but it's a messier lipstick. That makes sense. If your hair, for instance, were supposed to like get on your lipstick and you swiped it, you'd basically not only look like you rubbed a turd on your lips, but from your like lips to your ear, because it just transfers so easily. Then my very final favorite from this month are these earrings that I got from Bubble Bar. I was on site and I think there was a coupon code recently. I feel like there was like a 20 or 30%, maybe not that recently, but I got these and it took me a while to wear them because I'm not even gonna lie, I like had it and I put it on my dresser and I just forgot about it because my dresser is a hot mess right now. I just looked up the names of these for you guys. I believe they're called the Tonka drops. They're not the lightest earrings, but they're not the heaviest earrings of life either. But I love these. Like, I love this kind of like corally red color. I feel like these will look so pretty like in the spring, summer, or fall with your hair up or down. I don't know, they're just awesome statement earrings. There's another pair that I really wanted to get that was called like Koa something, that had 3 large droplets rather than 5, and it was like pink and a cream color. I don't know. Bubble Bar has so many cute earrings. They're definitely pricier, but if you can find a discount code, and I've had pretty good luck with Bubble Bar jewelry. Like, I have several pieces from them and I feel like for the most part they last, so I don't mind paying the bit extra, but when there's a discount code, definitely makes it easier. So yeah, that wraps up my favorites from the month of August. As always, if you guys had some like standout products that you were loving, definitely leave those down below. I always like to hear about your latest obsessions. And yeah, if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!